How were the GreenComp Framework and the GreenComp Community created?
The GreenComp Framework was developed through several steps that started in the second mid part of 2020 and ended with the publication in January 2022. So during these research steps, a literature review was involved, scoping research was involved, but they were also hosting some workshops around it in order to validate with experts. So at the end of this process, then we ended up with what is generally known as the GreenComp Framework. And it consists of 4 competence areas that correspond to, in general, to the definition of sustainability and sustainability competencies, which is what this competence framework is actually referring to. So in particular, the 4 competence areas that the GreenComp Framework is talking about are embodying sustainability values, embracing complexity and sustainability, envisioning sustainable futures, and acting for sustainabilities. Each one of these competence areas is then composed of 3 competencies, with a total amount of competencies that are 12 competencies, all of which are important and not like one is more important than another. They are also interrelated and interconnected. This means basically that you can't develop one competence without disregarding in a way other competencies. It is also important to mention that each competence has been defined, so there is an official definition of each competence, and it has broken down into 3 elements, which are knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Each of these elements is, of course, defined in the report at the end in Annex 2 of the report, where you can find all the statements related to knowledge, skills, and attitude of each competence. In order to understand more what the framework, the competences and the framework are talking about, I would recommend to go on the GreenComp Community, because in our activities, one of the first needs, as we were mentioning before, it was to learn about what actually the competence framework was about. So we established a kind of a learning path composed of interviews with the authors, gatherings in the community, and it ended up in a way with the delivery of a final product from the community, which is the digital version of the GreenComp Framework. The added value of this resource is mainly the additional resources. So it's not just taking back the report and putting it online, because the full report already exists. But the additional value is really to put additional links, additional resources, and the delivery of a podcast series that is actually basically all the interviews, gathering all the interviews with the authors related to each competence areas and the competencies.